Hello there. As you can see with the title said, I'm going to be making some homemade deodorant today. This is the deodorant that I make a lot for myself, and my body chemistry, my body has really gotten used to it. I'm going to be adding some beeswax, some arrowroot powder, some organic coconut oil, which you can find in the grocery store. As long as it's organic, I like it. I'm going to be adding some cocoa butter. I'm going to be adding some zinc oxide and some bentonite clay. Bentonite clay works really good for perspiration. It really keeps you dry. So that's one of the main reasons I like using this. I'm going to go ahead and melt my cocoa butter, my coconut oil, and my beeswax. I'm going to put it in the microwave. Usually I don't like using the microwave. I would prefer using a double boiler, but since this is a small amount, I'm just going to go ahead and stick it in the microwave and just be very careful so that I don't, overcook it, because you don't want to lose your good properties that's inside. If you get it too hot, it just kind of burns off the properties in your products there. But that was kind of hard to get off, so there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out my ingredients here, which is this one. First is the coconut oil. Okay. I'm going to need to get something a little bit bigger because I'm going to be measuring out about 4 ounces. So that little, it's not going to work. I need something bigger. There we go. So if you have never tried homemade deodorant, I like it really well, but I would suggest just kind of wearing it around the house before you wear it going out to see how your body reacts to it. It might take a little bit, maybe a week or so for your body to get used to it, your armpit rather. Everybody's body chemistry is different, so you just kind of have to see what works for you. You can put baking soda as well for the dryness, but I found for me the bentonite clay works really well. Some people say that the baking soda kind of makes them itch, so that wasn't my case. I just like using the bentonite clay. I'm going to be putting my ingredients in the microwave. I usually like to use a double boiler, but since this is a small batch that I'm making, I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the microwave and be very careful. You don't want to get it too hot. You don't want to burn off your good properties that's in your coconut oil and your cocoa butter and your beeswax. So you just want to heat it up just enough. I usually put it at like 25 increments at a time, 25 seconds at a time, until it melts. Okay, it melted really good here. So there's two ways of doing this. You can actually get your ingredients together first and then pour the oil over it. In my case, I just kind of like to mix it, get my ingredients together, and then pour it into the oil. So you can do it either way, whatever works out best for you. You know, you can get a feel for it, what works out, whatever you're comfortable with. I am dealing with a little bit of a cold here, so please bear with me. I'm just kind of scratchy throat here. I will put in the description box all the ingredients that I used, and if you like to try this, you can. And you can also tweak it to what works out best for you. You can put fragrance, essential oils, whatever you like. A powder smells really good, or fruity smell, or flowery smell, whatever you like. You can add that to that. I'm just leaving mine plain today. For my husband, he likes a fragrance oil, a special kind of fragrance oil. So for his, I always put that in for him. And I do like adding different essential oils to mine as well. But for this one, I'm just leaving it plain because it's just a small batch. So what I'm doing here is just add my ingredients. Once again, I will put in the description box everything that I use. So if you like to try this, feel free to go for it. I always say just make it yours, tweak it to what works out for you. Okay, I was thinking about just using something to stir it really good, but I think a plastic spoon works better because of the bentonite clay. Sometimes you don't want to come in contact with metal. You just want to kind of keep it with a plastic. I did use stainless steel spoons earlier, but plastic is better. That way you're not getting a reaction from the zinc oxide or the bentonite clay. There we go. Okay. Messy as always. Sometimes I do pretty good, but today I don't know. Okay, like I said, you can either pour this into your dry ingredients or just add it to it. Now I'm just going to go ahead and add to my oils here because you want to get this stirred up really good. And I don't think there's a grainy feeling. The bentonite clay might feel just a little bit of grainy, but I don't think so. You know, I don't ever have a problem with it. But I always test it to make sure it's stirred up really good. So I hope you try this. It works really well. And if you try it and it's not working, don't give up on it, you know, because you are coming away from antiperspirant and moving into more of a natural product here. Like I said, there's a lot of ingredients here that would keep you dry, and I think you're gonna like this. I don't really want to use antiperspirants under my armpit. On let me see if I can get this right. Antiperspirants, I will leave some information about it. It blocks your pores. It's been proven that it blocks your sweat glands, and that's not a good thing to do because those glands need to sweat. That, you know, you can put, like I said, the bentonite clay helps with that, but it doesn't clog your pores whatsoever. So you don't want those glands under your arms to be clogged because I don't want to say too much because this is not I'm not a pharmaceutical and I'm not making things to heal or cure, but just do some homework and look up antiperspirants to see what they do to those sweat glands. And then you would probably want to move on to something else. And that's all I'm going to be saying because, you know, you do have to do your homework to see what works. These little containers, I will post them down in the description box so you can see where I purchased them from. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this up. Oh, you want to make sure that you twist it all the way down so that it's not halfway full. I've done that before, so that's why I'm like remembering that. I've already made sure that they're all the way down. So when you fill them up and they dry, you're not like still got room to add more. I've done that before. I'm like, oh no. So they're all the way down, and I'm going to go ahead and let these harden. And when they harden, I'm going to come back to show you what they look like once they're hardened. And I'll be back. Thank you. There. As you can see with the title said, I'm going to be making some homemade deodorant today. This is the deodorant that I make a lot. Okay, I am back with the finished products here. It has hardened and it feels really good and it glides really good. And I did get it all the way down, so I'm just kind of pushing it up so you can see how firm it is. And it feels really good. Now it has that gray look, but it will not stain your clothes. The gray look is coming from the bentonite clay. Maybe you can use white bentonite clay, but I've always purchased this one. I don't know. I don't even know if it comes white. But this works out really good. Like I said, it doesn't stain. And this is my little travel size here that I usually make and take with me when I'm traveling. And it works out really good. Once again, if you haven't used homemade deodorant, just give it a try, for a week or so to see how it works. And eventually your body chemistry will get used to it. Everybody's body chemistry is different, so you just kind of have to see what works for you. You can add, like I said, fragrance or essential oils, whatever you want to add to it, and you can always tweak it and make it yours. I don't usually add too many things to mine, but you can. So it just works out really good. I've been making this for quite a while, and it works really good for me. If you look around, there's a lot of different ways of making deodorant, but this is just one I wanted to share with you that works out really good, and hopefully when you try it, it'll work out good for you. And if not, you just kind of keep tweaking it until you do. Antiperspirants have a tendency to really clog your pores. There's been proven information about it, but I'll just let you do your own research, because once again, this doesn't heal or cure or do anything. This is just my way of making homemade deodorant that I want to share with you. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and go, and I'm going to say thank you for watching this video and have an awesome day. Bye now.